Hey, Steve Zook here. Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome back to polkzoo channel and the Guitar Ladder system for only $199, 100 studies. If you want to discover your unique musical point of view and give birth to your own original musical ideas, it can happen with anybody, no matter if you have no talent, little talent, negative talent. I've had private students with almost no musical talent that have had incredible growth. It's not sales fluff, it's not sales bullshit. The 100 studies, they plant seeds in your subconscious mind. Your subconscious is so powerful. It compares and contrasts and understands and learns to connect. It's like putting a software program in your subconscious. No reading necessary, no advanced theory to give you a headache. Just play the studies and you will learn about the 10 systems of improvisation in a very organic way, and you'll develop an ear, develop a musical ear, a musical mind. You can order, it's only $199. It really is thousands of dollars of value for $199. It's way too cheap, but I put it at that price kind of as a gift, but I can't keep it there forever. But you get 100 studies. I do not send it all at once, and you get a video and chart for each study, but I send just a very small amount at a time. But it really works. It's really more for intermediate, advanced players, somewhere in that. I've had some beginners start the program, and as long as they can do like a bar chord, have a little bit of strength, they can do it. And I can give you a 7-8 year time span to do it, so it's really worth it. Hey, today I'm talking about, is this the greatest value in the guitar market? This is a Martin OOO 15M. It's all solid mahogany. This is a little bit older one. It's a 2011. You probably can't see this, but this is really rare. It's even got some flame in the back of the neck, which is super, super rare. I think they used really, really, really good wood on this one, and I think I've made this point, tons already. You can't just look at any guitar and say, well, and this is not because I don't want to sell this guitar. It's really going to be hard to let this one go. But with all the guitars that I find, and sometimes people say, oh, you say every guitar that you have is great. Well, it's because I know what the hell I'm doing, guys and gals. I really know guitars. I've been buying, selling, collecting, recording, playing, composing for 40 years. I know what I'm doing, and that's been the best part of being a guitar broker and collector, really, is learning about guitars. But I love the sound of mahogany. But my point I was just trying to make was that, every guitar is a little bit different. The wood's a little bit, even Chet Atkins said that every guitar is a little bit different. So you can't just say, because I've played these Martin OOO 15Ms before, and some of the ones I played didn't have the holographic mid-range. They didn't have the great mid-range and mid-bass. This one does for sure, and I'm sure other ones do too. But I'm trying to show the flame in the neck there, which is super rare. This is really a lot of guitar. I got to decide if I'm going to sell it or not, to be honest. But see, it's that mid-range. And this is not a performance, I'm just showing the guitar. But this is a OOO size. It's all solid mahogany. Seems like some of the newer ones are made with sapelli, which is kind of like in the same family. I think that the better OOO 15Ms are made out of mahogany, and like I said, guitars vary greatly. But some of the best sounding acoustic guitars I've ever owned are like 30s Martin 0017s, and of course they went for a lot of money. And but I think these Martin OOO 15Ms are one of the best values, if not the best value in the world on a guitar. Of course, we all hear it a little bit different. Some people might prefer a spruce top. You do get more volume. Volume doesn't always equate to great tone. There's a difference, guys. A lot, it takes. That's what I love about being involved in music, and my love affair with guitars is the learning process. But great tone isn't about just volume. It's about an orchestral balance in the notes. It's about magical mojo in the mid range and the mid bass. It's about the overtones, the reverb, the kind of holographic tone of a guitar. I'm trying to show this flame in the neck. It's probably hard to see, but this is really, really. This one has a small little crack somewhere on the side. I'm having trouble finding it now. Anyway, it's really small though. But yeah, I think I think mahogany is the best sounding wood for a guitar because it just has such a beautiful mid range. The mid range that mahogany, even if it's a mahogany back, which helps, but really when you get, like, I recently picked up a 59 or 60 or 61 Gibson LGO that sounds incredible, and it's got the ladder bracing system, not like an X bracing system or forward, X scallop bracing type thing. But the LGO sounds really, really good. You got to put a little work into getting the tone. You got to learn how to play with weight, folks, to get the tone. But I'm in DADGAD. Don't email me and say, oh, it sounds good because it's in DADGAD. Every guitar sounds good in DADGAD. Bullshit. A great guitar is a great guitar, okay? But yeah, man, all mahogany acoustic guitars, there's some really strong case to be made for that. It just has such a... I think a lot of the bass and a lot of acoustic guitars does not have definition. I'm not putting down spruce top guitars. I've got plenty of them. But there's a almost like pianistic quality where the bass has definition. It has bloom, crystalline quality, kind of a holographic quality, nice overtones, nice definition, and now I just put some new strings on this guitar, so it's probably gonna stretch out a little bit. So. This one really sounds good. But basically, I think that the Martin, and if you can find an older one, that's better. I know you're not going to get too old with these, but mahogany, solid wood mahogany, just has such a beautiful voice, beautiful mid-range, beautiful mid-bass, orchestral balance, holographic quality. The notes kind of have a bloom in a swell. And I think the Martin OOO 15M is one of the best values, if not the best value, in the market. Because so many guitars are so high priced nowadays. My God, I think it's ridiculous. But I think this is a huge value. And I've got 11s on this. Again, I'm not doing a performance, I'm just showing this guitar, which I've got to figure out if I can let go or not. It just sounds so good, man. That definition in the bass. I think that's the thing, is a lot of guitars may have more volume. I've got a couple really rare script logo Ibanez guitars that I recently bought. One came from France and one came from the USA, and they're a copy of a Martin D35 and an old Guild like D50 or D55. They've even got the Guild logo. They're lawsuit models. They sound unbelievable. They have a spruce top. I'm not against spruce. The point I'm just trying to make is that, if you don't want to pay thousands for marketing and brand name and all that stuff, there's not that many great values around. I think this is one of them. I'm giving this a huge thumbs up, Martin. You guys did a great job on this. But again, they do vary. Some are going to sound more zingy than others. And some of them are made with a higher grade mahogany. Some are made with wood that's kind of in the same mahogany family. I forget. I think it might be laurel or sapelli. You can look that up. But if you can find one that's made with higher quality. yeah, this is really a lot of guitar. So I'm a big fan. I'm a huge fan of all solid mahogany wood guitars. And this one, even my Gibson LGO, which is from my Gibson LGO is either like 59, 60, 61, and it's all mahogany, and it just sounds incredible. They started using mahogany because at the time they needed the spruce and the other wood for the war they were in. I think it was World War II, might have been one. I'm not a history buff, as you can tell, but that's why they were using the mahogany. And at the time, I think guitar companies thought that mahogany was an inferior wood, but actually it's just the opposite. Mahogany is a beautiful, wise choice for a guitar. It puts out such a beautiful. And this particular guitar that I bought here, here's a little crack at the. I think it's right there, really small. This one I don't think it's been played that much, and when I bought it, the guy had 13s on it, which is insane for a guitar like this. I don't think, and I put some 11s on it, and it's set up real nice. But yeah, mahogany is unbelievably sonic, resonant, beautiful mid-range, beautiful holographic, orchestral balance. I'm a huge fan. These are new strings, so they're stretching that. But again, not a performance. But it takes time to learn how to listen for tone. It takes time how to listen for voice. It takes time to learn how to listen to orchestral balance. It takes time and experience. And again, that's the best part of being a guitar broker for me, has been the ability to really learn about different guitars. And I've had so many guitars come through my hands and ears, But I do. I think the Martin OOO, if you can find a good one, Martin, is one of the best, if not the best, values in a guitar out there. And again, I'm a huge fan. I also like the Gibson LGOs. Some of them sound much better than other ones. I got lucky on this one. I think I'm just keeping that one. I'm going to have to decide if I can let this go, because it just... But yeah, I think this one has... I think they come with a bone nut and a bone saddle. It might be some type of synthetic bone nut. That might be the real deal. I don't know. But really has a sound. Now I'm just using a little Zoom Q3 here. It's a $100 recorder. So as you can hear, but yeah, it's that it's that magic mid-range, that magic mid-bass. That's where in fact, I've told this story before. There's a guy, I used to live a little closer to the beach than I do now. I live about a mile from the beach now. I used to live even closer, probably a third of a mile, at another place. And I met a guy that used to work for a very, very successful sound company that, did like, $400 million install sound, tweaks in like big clubs in Las Vegas and places like that. And he agreed with me. It's the mid bass and the mid bass and the mid range. It's so important. But yeah, the mahogany gives you definition, bloom, orchestral balance, kind of a holographic quality. It's almost like I've thought about this a lot. Almost like the note is still solid, but it almost like it's holographic. It kind of blooms, Has it's solid and defined, but also has space and air inside it. That's a rare combo. That's why like a Stradivarius violin that's worth, $4 million sounds so good. But the wood that's used on a guitar has so much to do with it. You know, it might have been at the bottom of a lake, you know, for 200 years, like the sinker mahogany stuff that Gruen sells, you know. It could be wood from the tree, which was in Belize, which was a huge tree that yielded, I think, the only flamed mahogany in the world. But yeah, this Martin, I'm pretty damn impressed with it. Again, I'm not real warmed up, so I'm not trying to impress anybody here. I've got loved ones. Again, these are. Again, these are new strings are stretching out, so I'm probably going to cut this a little short. I just wanted to show this. This is not sales bullshit. I love this guitar so much. I got to figure out whether I can let it go or not. But I mean, it looks great. It's got one small little crack that I can barely find. Now I can't find it again. It's somewhere, small little one in the side somewhere here. But yeah, man, I think mahogany just, in fact, one of my sons, Julian, plays guitar. He's pretty good too. And had to get rid of cable TV years ago to get him bored enough to pick up the guitar. And man, he started progressing quick, and he writes some beautiful songs. And he's a beautiful person. I love you, Julian, as you know. Anyway, I almost got a little emotional there. I didn't almost. I did. Okay. Am I going to cry on camera? No, I don't cry ever. I'm kidding, but I don't that much, right? I really make an effort to be joyful. I know that sounds corny, but if you can learn to be joyful for no reason, you will attract more good things into your life, even money, because money follows joy. And learning to be joyful and be kind of a lifter-upper, and, you know, like I went to the gas station today, I started joking with some people, and this guy's actually like, man, he goes, I love your vibe, you know, you're kind of cheering me up. I'm going through some rough stuff. I was like, well, thanks, man, you know. It's not an ego thing. It's the opposite of an ego thing, because I believe that we're all one. And but you can learn. You will align with the miracle creating force of the universe. You will align with it if you're joyful and happy and positive and have positive faith, because that actually attracts and gets you in alignment. You know, positive faith and focusing on positive thoughts and being joyful for no reason. And learning to have gratitude for even simple things in life will really put you in alignment with the miracle creating force of the universe. But anyway, back to the Martin OOO 15M. I'm trying to have a little fun. Anyway, yeah, this is really nice. It comes with a used hard case. It's not a Martin case, but man, does this thing sound good. Not a performance. I'm just trying to. Yeah, these strings. They need to stretch out. So I think I'm going to stop there because I just put these new strings on last night. But yeah. The Martin, I mean, there's so many guitars nowadays, you know, they're $6,000, $30,000, whatever, $3,500. Some guitars are worth it. I have some guitars here that are worth, you know, $3,000, $3,500, whatever. But I have a small inventory. A guitar has to pass my standards. I knew this guitar had a lot of magic in it, but it was, I've actually been looking for one of these for a while, but I'm really happy because I played some of these that sound kind of blah, and that's true of any guitar. I don't care who made it. I don't care how much money you pay. Some guitars have the magic mojo, and some freaking don't. So, you know, you really, And that's part of what I offer in what I do with my humble little guitar business is I find guitars that really, really are special. And but yeah, the Martin OOO 15M, huge value, huge thumbs up, Martin. You did a great job on it. But it's the elements that come together. You know, mahogany again. Mahogany just has a beautiful voice, and it gets better and better and better. It gets better the more you play it. Anyway, like I said, I just put these strings on last night. They're still stretching, so I'm not gonna wrestle with this too much more. But yeah, Martin OOO 15M, unbelievably great guitar. I know some of the lower end Martins have the mortise and tenon neck, which is a different. It's not like a glued in dovetail design. It's a little bit different. I was reading online they use it for a lot of shipbuilding and stuff. I'm not saying it's bad. I prefer a glued in neck, you know, dovetail, which I believe this one has. Well, here's this little crack right here. It's really hard to see, but yeah, this guitar sounds just beautiful. I'm a huge fan of all mahogany. So, in my opinion, the Martin OOO 15M is a huge value, maybe the best value, because it's an all solid wood guitar, folks. You know, it's an all solid wood guitar. I think it might, in my opinion, it's the best value out there. You know, maybe you can find one that's made by a different company. I don't know, and this one is really rare. It's got some flame in the side of the neck. I don't know if you can. Well, I'm going to be careful here. I'm going to hit my computer. It's got some flame in the neck, which is super rare. Flame mahogany is really rare. And I know people love to argue with me. They say, oh, it doesn't make any difference in the sound. I think everything makes a difference in the sound. You know, the kind of soil the wood grew in, the kind of soil and or water, moisture, and nutrients that it cured in. If maybe it laid around the forest for 50 years or 150 years. But this one has some flame in the back of the neck, which is very, very rare. And it looks really cool too, because it's kind of a dark flame, you know. But yeah, this is a huge value. So I'm going to stop right there. So metaphysical thought for today: invest in being positive. Invest in positive thoughts and positive affirmations, like abundance and prosperity is my natural state. Everything I need and want is on its way. Ciao.